welcome. Episode 47 of this month. 47 of the Roundtable Hip Hop Discussion. Losing track, yo. We getting to 50, yo.
47. We beat like 99% of podcasts, right? They say most of them.
Number 7.
Yep. Yeah.
We're in the 1 percentile, bro. So very dope. Oh, we got a straggler. Who's straggling before I introduce everybody? Hotep, you still working?
Nigga, yes.
Just 2 weeks in. But let me introduce my panel here. First, we got the one and only super producer, Jay Cloud. What's going on?
What's going on? It's good, Joe.
Good to see you in the building, Grim Reaper, this week. We got the one and only Ghostface Nilla, a.k.a. Cassius Cam, a.k.a. What else you got? Cream Abdul-Jabbar or some shit. I don't know.
I got a lot of them. Y'all just have to find out. I got so many that I forget, and I need to go back on the episodes and write them all down because I'm gonna do like a mixtape. You know how Meth used to have on the mixtape where he just kept Johnny Blaze, like he just kept doing the AKA. I'm about to do that shit, and it's gonna be a whole album. That's how many nicknames I got.
Wow, boy. Big baby Jesus. All right, next up, we got the one and only Hotep. You just had a birthday, didn't you, brother?
Yeah, my birthday was Sunday. I'm good. I'm here. I'm still at home. I ain't at work today, so I was like, yo, I still got the email. We here.
It's good to see you, man. See how long you last. If you make it to the end of the episode, dog, we'll send your birthday gift.
Amazing.
Motherfucker freeze a cake for your motherfucking ass. Anyway, let's go on. Let's get into the topics we got a hand. Unless you've been living under a rock, somebody's been crashing out once again. Kanye West dissing various artists, including Drake, Tyler the Creator, Kendrick, you name them. He done came for him this week, so I don't know what vendetta he got or whatever. So I'm gonna pull up this article we got here. 3 cents. And this is from yesterday. He's still going, apparently. But he goes nuclear on Kendrick, Tyler, Ty Dolla $ign. What Ty do? Future, Metro. It says not like us sucks. And I think they got pretty much a montage of what I hated not like us. I held my tongue by not being on Carti album, him going to my ex to ask my daughter to be on the song. 2 days later, it was too far. Nobody could play with me. He goes on and propositions Iggy Azalea to get Carti's kid on that album. It's just an ongoing thing he's got going on here. He talks about Metro and Future. They called him get on like that remix, and I was Mission Lucy and Grange. They didn't pick up my call or put the songs on DSPs. I probably shouldn't have said that name my damn self. But so what do y'all think so far? If you've been keeping track, y'all been keeping track of the spaz out going on right now, and what do you think? More.
I feel like Kanye has attention deficit disorder, and that don't mean he can't pay attention to things. That mean that he need attention, and because he not the one getting all the attention, he losing his mind right now, and he doing and saying things that will, in a child's mind, garner them attention.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So like this whole fuck Tyler don't make good music and he's saying Future fell off and all that, but he was really trying to attach himself to that Future and Kendrick Lamar beef. It's just that his remix didn't really matter because everybody was paying attention to everybody else. Because at the very early odds of this beef, he dropped a Like That remix. No one cared for real.
It just was weird. It's like, why are you here? You feel me? What are you doing in this motherfucker?
He dropped an album last night. It was not even an album. It was 3 songs repeating for 45 minutes while his son hit a bunch of grown men with a hammer.
All right. So that brings an interesting layer, though. This is like the most misguided album rollout or some shit in history. You think you're going to drop some music behind it? More music, actual album?
I don't know. At first, he was playing with the whole AI aspect of it, but then he jumped on through his rant and said he hates AI, so he wants to redo the whole album. So we'll see. I feel like this is what happens when you get way too much fuck you money. Like every human on Earth needs a break somewhere. There has to be somebody around you that can check you because uncheckable people kill themselves.
Feel you. Anybody else been keeping track of this and think had any thoughts on what Kanye's been doing so far?
I mean, just when you think like he couldn't out crazy his own crazy, I mean, you can't call someone's children retarded. Like you can't do that.
Nah.
There's a lot of lines, you know, and all the Nazi shit. I'm like, oh, that's just Kanye being Kanye. But then calling someone's kids retarded is like, that's wild. I mean, you got to get beat up at this point. I know he's talking about getting off and shit like that, but I mean, like on some serious shit, like you got to get beat up now.
He not wrong.
Yeah. I think that's what turned people, I think, because a lot of people did shrug off a lot of the antics like it's Kanye being Kanye. But I pulled up the tweet right here, which he actually deleted. Wait, has anyone seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're retarded, like literally, and this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. That's terrible.
He wouldn't be shit
Okay,
without
I got a question for that though. Which one of them had the retarded DNA? Was it him or Kim? Which one had the retarded DNA?
You about to be on the list your damn self. Keep talking.
No, he's talking about Jay's kids, not his kids.
That's what I'm saying. He said he went and got in vitro because he
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So he didn't get retarded kids on purpose. So who was retarded, him or Kim?
I mean, he's probably. I know people like to throw around the tism word a lot, but my mom taught autistic kids for like 30 years, and I mean, there's a high chance that he's not even on the spectrum. He's red needle.
Kanye not autistic because I work with autistic kids right now. That he's not autistic.
I don't know what he got. He got something.
Yeah, sums up with that for sure. But this might be the one I think that kind of turned people, I think, on or away from. Like, if you think about the fan bases that both Jay-Z, particularly Beyonce, you feel me? Like, her fan base is probably right up there with Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying, or anybody else, right? As far as them coming for people. Can you bounce back after that? Do you think, like, if he does drop anything after saying what he's saying, you know, about chill people's kids and all this other shit, is anybody actually gonna listen? Is he still gonna get those curiosity plays you think people get after this?
No, he's done. And absolutely. The thing is, he's not putting this shit on streaming anymore. So even if people get curious and listen, it's gonna be off of like bootlegs and like just random MP3s floating around. But it's like he wouldn't be shit without this dude. So it's like he would literally be fucking wiping down the toilets in the Rockets building if not for Jay-Z. So this is kind of this that makes this even like far worse than if it was just, you know, if it was Kendrick or Drake or, you know, somebody random. It's like it's the dude that's responsible for basically your entire life past 2000. So
no, but we already heard rumors that like Beyonce never liked Kim. I think they didn't show up to the wedding, right?
Yeah.
So this might be some old shit going on, you know, like they never agreed with that anyway, and now he's spazzing out on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like maybe they were warning you. Maybe they didn't agree with that for a reason. You feel me?
Yeah, people are allowed to not agree with that stupid shit you doing, Kanye. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you gotta also account for if he's acting like this publicly, how is he acting privately? Yeah. So it's like there might have been a reason that it might not. Kim might have not been the reason that they didn't go to the wedding. He might have fucked that relationship up a long time ago with Jay.
Yeah. I feel like he was almost chasing like Jay's legacy. Like Jay, like Jay married, Beyonce, who was the it girl of the time. So let me marry Kim Kardashian. You know what I mean? Like that whole union to me was like weird and forced and shit. You feel me?
His ego married that woman. He didn't like nothing about her.
Yeah, I agree. And as you can see, he's still going. So recently, he just spoke on people betraying him. I'm gonna play this video real quick.
My thing is when I'm going into these fights with shit I'm really dealing with. It'd be good if niggas like actually help me because what I'm saying is right. But instead, the Jews come in and punk these niggas into going against me, and they forget about everything that I did for them. Every nigga I just named, I bled for these niggas. I did something. I put them on and shit. I took them with me on tour, had them open up this, that. And it's like, niggas don't have to be making statements against me in public. And everybody know what I'm saying is right. And I'm the only one who will fucking say this shit. It's like, I'm the type of, like, my mom was a teacher. I'm a nigga, Donda is like a school. I want niggas to be there. I want niggas to get put on all this type of shit. But then it'd be the betrayal, it'd be all the sneaky shit that niggas do. But that's what it is in this celebrity game. It's like, it's really kill or be killed. Everyone wants to act like they're your friend, and they want to try to come and kill the king. And like, the king's supposed to give everybody a hug afterwards. Like, look at all this shit, nigga. I am in pain, bro. I'm hurt by all this betrayal, and that's what it is. It's like, fuck all these niggas. None of these niggas help me out with the shit I'm dealing with my kids. They let the Kardashians walk around, just run over a black man's head. Like, I'm gonna take these black kids. Don't listen to him. He got a red hat. The red hat, niggas put me in the hospital. Off that shit. Now niggas like Trump.
There you have it. He's betrayed. Have they betrayed? Yay. What's going on? I say if you got a list of people who so-called betrayed you, maybe you're the problem. You feel me? That's just me.
No, exactly. Exactly.
If your list of people who betrayed you is longer than your list of friends, maybe you need to do some soul searching, brother.
This nigga's a fucking crybaby, man. Like, they just want to say it. He's a bitch ass nigga, man.
I don't think Kanye's ever been a billionaire before, so he wasn't necessarily ready for that business relationship of being that powerful amongst people who not that powerful. So he may have felt betrayed by a lot of people, but I don't think that gives him like the leeway to start calling folks kids retarded and all of that, though.
Yeah, I agree with that, yo. But I mean, they say what money and fame brings out your true personality. Maybe you always been an asshole. You feel me? I don't think nobody metamorphosized into an asshole because they got $1 billion. You know,
nobody on that list. Nobody on that list is doing this.
Kanye was always acting like this to a certain degree, but he had more people around him to check him. Now he uncheckable.
Yeah. I mean, he had more to lose though, like from the when you talk about like music metric too. Like, what kind of waves is he making in music? Like up until recently, he was making music. So I feel like him being creative and like making music and not doing the shit he's doing now, like, idle hands. That whole metaphor about idle hands, like. He's obviously like super fucking self-destructive. And I get it, he's had tumultuous, everyone stay away from those Kardashian brats. But outside of that, it seems like once he started like actually putting stuff out and like being creative, it was just like crazy snowball effect.
Can we still blame is the mental health thing still a valid reason at this point? Do you think people care about the whole bipolar, like,
it's a reason, but it's not an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. It's a reason. It's like nobody wants to deal with that shit. Whether it is, it could be the entire reason, but people don't want to deal with that shit, bro. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, true.
Hope you get well soon, but nobody want to deal with that.
Yeah. Facts.
I'm not gonna sit here and blame being bipolar on why he acting that way. I don't do that with no mental illness or nothing. He acting like that because he want to.
Yeah.
He getting something out of it. At the end of the day, the attention. He's getting something out of this behavior.
Is he really getting attention that you think? I mean, the problem is, I think, and I say this as we're doing a fucking podcast, right? You're like, you got a lot of people that's gonna say things because he's Kanye West. He got a lot of followers. You know what I mean? He's a big, encompassing figure in hip hop. But are really people taking stock like that? Is that really, people really watching and paying attention to what I care what he say anymore? You feel me?
The thing
I would
is,
say yes, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
People are acting like they don't care what he's saying, but somehow, some way, know everything he tweet when he tweeted. You have to know what he's saying in order to be tired of seeing him say shit. So I do feel like a lot of people are placing stock in what he is saying. It just hurt to look at.
I hear you. Anybody else?
I think he's about to learn that, because they say all attention is good attention, but there's a point where it's really more destructive than anything, and I think he's finally reached that threshold where he's not gonna like where this attention heads.
Can he chart still? You think he can still chart a song right now?
Oh no.
When he said "fuck Twigs," I was like, "Damn, that's really fuck Twigs and fuck Ty Dolla $ign." That's all he had left.
Yeah.
Like all that shit he said meant nothing to me till he was like, "Oh, and fuck Twigs." I was like, "Wow, no, God, no."
I thought Ty Dolla $ign was his last ally in the game. To be honest with you, like, damn.
I mean, he took that out his bio months ago, or a month ago.
Did you see the screenshots for how he was talking to Ty Dolla $ign?
No.
Man, the way he talked to everybody, it's just like nobody who respects themselves gonna let you talk to them like that, Kanye or not.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're men too. It's like, bro, you don't have like a track record of slapping the shit out of people or knocking people out and no shit. Like, I'm not taking nothing from the
contrary. Quite the contrary.
Exactly. Like,
and there's certain people who will never say anything about because they saved him. Most Def fucking saved him.
Yeah, I heard crazy stories about him. But that's the reason, like, The Rock didn't want to put him out. It's like you didn't fit their street image at the time. You feel me? Like, he kind of had to force his way into that situation by, being the beat guy. And they had to put him on, otherwise he's going to leave. You feel me? He kind of funded himself even in that. So it's like, who really going to take you talking crazy to them? Granted, you got money to throw at bodyguards, but I'm a grown man or some shit, bro. I ain't listening to Kanye ass spaz out. So I feel you on that. So
he's had to have been like talking like that from jump to an extent, like not as crazy as he is now, but for him to feel like he can get away talking like that, I'm sure the people he was in circles with, like D was saying, probably let him slide on a bunch of fucking reckless talk, just like inside, for him to feel like he could just talk like that now. You don't get to that point. It's always those type of motherfuckers too. It's always those goofy, unassuming cats that never been punched in the nose, that it'll snowball, and then they say the wildest shit you've ever heard.
Getting face is therapeutic, dog.
He said and done shit that, like, because he's stolen beats, and I mean, it's out there. I don't know if y'all know who Minnesota Money Boss is, but yeah, he stole beats from him, and like I said, most that fucking saved his ass. So he's done shit. He said shit like niggas wanted to rob him, and Beanie Siegel saved his ass. He's like, there's nobody left. There's nobody left to save him if some shit, he gets into a situation now. There's nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody got his back anymore. So at the end of the day, he can't really go outside. He can't go outside anymore.
Can't go outside.
I doubt he can go outside in Chicago, man. Because I
Man.
know people got problems with him there.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to toss money around, but like he's never followed up. You know, he's running around with Bump J and them and all that shit. But it's like at the end of the day, you never put anybody on out of that whole squad. You know what I mean? Fucked over GLC.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you did a lot of dirty shit, bro. You feel me? But I mean, he don't even live in Chicago. He used Chicago as like credibility at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got, man. Any last thoughts on Ye, man?
I don't know, man. The whole self-destruct angle that I see on the timeline is kind of stupid. He's trying to self-destruct. It's like you don't got to do that. If you want to disappear into nothingness, you can just do that. You have the resources to do it. Just
Bali
leave.
right there, dog. You feel me? Pull your Russell Simmons.
I tuned out mad long ago because the music been trash for 10 years. So if the music is trash and you just saying fucking nonsense, then it's like, what good are you with that? What good are you at the end of the day?
You guys think this is the end of everybody saying, but he made graduation though?
Well, I don't like graduation, so I don't give a shit.
That's always been the thing, but he made graduation. I don't think we're gonna see that shit no more.
Yeah, it's got the most bitch-made song ever made in rap music, which is Big Brother.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about the song the other day, man. My big brother was Big's brother.
That's the most passive-aggressive bitch-made shit I've ever heard in my life.
But it's like he didn't acknowledge, like Jay never acknowledged that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, he's like, yeah,
that shit for what it was. But it's like we here now, and we, know how he felt.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Big facts. All right, so moving on. I think we gave you enough time, dog. Hope you get your shit together. I never wish bad upon nobody, but yeah, you need to get your ass in the wilderness, take your plane trip somewhere, bro, for a year. Make sure y'all check out the news segment. I'm gonna run a news baby for y'all real quick with the lovely Star. Make sure y'all check it out.
This week's episode of Hip Hop Society News. Let's get into this week's true news. First up, Sean Diddy Combs is making headlines yet again as he requests the removal of a CNN video showing him allegedly assaulting Cassie from his upcoming trial, claiming it was altered to portray him negatively. CNN has stated that they've destroyed the original footage, adding another layer to the controversy. In music news, Playboi Carti has announced his highly anticipated album, I Am Music, set to drop March 14th, with the confirmed track featuring Kendrick Lamar. This collaboration is fueling rumors of more Drake disses on the project, ramping up excitement among fans. By the time you see this, the project has been out. So, what do you guys think of the project? Was it good? A lot of mixed reviews. All I know is the production was fire. Suge Knight is back in the news as he accuses Snoop Dogg of releasing multiple failed projects since he took over as CEO of Death Row Records, reigniting their long-standing feud. As of now, Snoop has yet to respond, but fans don't expect the new top dog of Death Row to take the criticism in stride. Y'all stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, the beef between 50 Cent and Rick Ross continues to heat up. Recently, 50 Cent accused Rick Ross of opening for Bow Wow, while Rick Ross took shots at 50's deceased mother during a recent social media live broadcast. This long-standing feud seems to be heading to an uncharted territory of disrespect. On a somber note, the hip-hop community is mourning the loss of Voletta Wallace, the mother of legendary Biggie Smalls, whose funeral took place this past week. Music royalty, including Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, and Mace, attended to celebrate her impactful life. Lastly, don't miss some of the latest music drops. We got Peterson by Tory Lanez and Never Catch Us by Carti and Harry Fraud. Keep an eye out for the upcoming albums Mrs. Salazar by D-Baby and Freedom of Speech by BG. Be sure to check them out and stay tuned for our latest reviews at hiphophighsociety.com. And that's it for this week's episode of Hip Hop High Society News. Make sure you guys like our videos, subscribe to the channel, and follow us so y'all can stay up to date on the latest news in hip hop culture. Have a good day.
Yerp. Make sure y'all check us out every week. We do the heavy lifting for you. All you gotta do is hit play. You get 2 minutes. We know y'all attention
Wix, one platform, any website.
Excuse me. All right, so let's go on to the next topic we got, which is Drake. I mean, we made the last episode without mentioning Drake, I think. So I think we are right. You know, I think we're in good graces to talk about this cat. But Universal Music Group has basically filed a motion to dismiss Drake's defamation lawsuit of Not Like Us, arguing that he willingly engaged in a rap battle, widely considered a loss. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds. Damn. In spring of 2024, two of the most popular artists in the world engaged in a rap battle. Drake encouraged the feud, for example, when he felt that Lamar was taking too long to respond. Drake released a second record, Tailor Made, in which he goaded Lamar into continuing the rap battle. Lamar did just that. They dropped the mic. I've never seen a response like that. One of the most successful recording artists of all time lost a rap battle that he provoked, in which he willingly participated. Damn. I kind of like Universal now, yo. I never thought I'd say that, bro. Whoever wrote that motherfucking response was dropping bars. What do y'all think about that response from Universal? I don't know if anybody got any thoughts on that.
Hey, man. It's like you going up against a corporation that. How long has he been signed to them?
Many moons, man, because they under Cash Money, Young Money, and shit.
Yeah, so it's like a little bit short of like 15, 20 years, and it's like all of a sudden you got all these problems with them about them, supposedly botting streams and all that, like, but you didn't have an issue with it when it was benefiting you over the past 10 years, because streaming wasn't around when you first got there. But yeah, it's like this wasn't gonna go any other way. I don't know what his game plan was, but it was never gonna be a win for him.
Yeah,
and he doesn't even have a case. That's the thing. Like the case falls apart when they bring up, oh, well, you were on record like taunting him and provoking him and telling him hurry up and drop something and giving him ammo, which I mean he they didn't need to, but giving him ammo saying like talk about the underage girls. And that's what he did. And now you're filing a lawsuit? Like his case falls apart with that. So there was no scenario where he would have won this.
Yeah. Like, even if he did have a case, it's like nobody beats the machine, man. Like you think of other people that went to war with labels and that type of shit. Like the level of ego you gotta have to even think that it's like a like winnable pursuit for you to do something like this it's crazy. I don't care who you are. No one's bigger than the business.
Yeah, facts. Nobody is bigger than the machine. And as you can see, they went more in depth. I pulled up this one right here. Drake has been pleased to use, and this the big one. This is what you're speaking on, basically, Cloud. Drake has been pleased to use Universal Music Group's platform to promote tracks leveling similarity and subsidiary attacks at Lamar, including most significantly that Lamar engaged in domestic abuse, and that one of Lamar's business partners and managers is the true father of Lamar's son. But now, after losing the rap battle, Drake claims that Not Like Us is defamatory. It is not. While the complaint focuses almost entirely on Not Like Us, it disregards the other Drake and Lamar diss tracks that surrounded Not Like Us, as well as the conventions of the diss track genre, and thus critically ignores the context of the dispute. So basically, they're saying it's the pot calling the kettle black at this point, as you insinuated a lot of stuff. Didn't he say like his uncle molested him or something, his trans uncle or something like that in one of the songs or something like that? So it's like, bro, you was throwing shots You feel me? You can't jump into a fight and then when somebody hits you back in the face harder, complain. You feel me? That's literally what happened, bro. Like you were boxing somebody, you threw a jab and they threw a right hook and busted your nose, and now you're crying about it. You know, they hit me too hard. You feel me? Like you can't do that. That's like his credibility is shot. Although I don't think the lawsuit is dismissed yet, but what do y'all think in general about the response, man? I'm honestly shocked that they went into depth with this. Is there a place for Drake at Universal? Or this is just a way to get out of his deal, y'all think? What's going on with this shit?
I think that was one of those like death throes. He didn't really look too hard into what he was doing. He just felt like he had to do something because he was panicking, but it didn't make no sense at the end. That's all. There's no place for. I want to say. I mean, there might be a place for Drake. He just dropped that collab album with who was his name? Party Next Door. That was it wasn't terrible. I just haven't cut it on like after I listened to the whole project, but it wasn't terrible.
That's a hell of a compliment there. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it was. I
ain't gonna sit here and lie. Like it was trash. I hated it. Like no, it was all right. It wasn't for me. I wasn't the demographic for it.
Yeah, no, it was for who it was for. But as far as like when all this shit's said and done, as far as like another big conglomerate like UMG getting behind Drake, I think those days are long gone.
A lot about this industry is who you are friends with, and right now, not too many people are friendly with him.
Yeah, big facts, bro. But you see, what's up right here? It looks like Drake's team actually responded. Drake's legal team has responded to the Universal Music Group's earlier filing of a motion to dismiss the lawsuit against them. UMG wants to pretend that this is about a rap battle in order to distract its shareholders, artists, and public from a simple truth. A greedy company is finally being held responsible for profiting from dangerous misinformation that has already resulted in multiple acts of violence. This motion is a desperate ploy by UMG to avoid accountability, but we have every confidence that this case will proceed and continue to uncover UMG's long history of endangering, abusing, and taking advantage of its artists. You know, they taking advantage of Drake by making him the biggest global star in the world, I guess. But what do y'all think about the response from Drake's team, yo? Hail Mary.
Not only that, it just looks like if that was really like his concern, he would have been saying shit when he was getting dubs, not after he takes a L. That's when you see someone's like true intentions when it comes to this kind of shit. You know? If he was really pursuing like putting on for the little guy and other artists, then he would have been making stink about this shit when he was raking it in and everything was sweet. And then as soon as shit gets sour, then he wants to do something about it.
Yeah. I don't understand how. Well, I mean, ask this: do y'all think Drake could go independent and be successful? Could Drake be a successful indie artist?
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. Like, he's not gonna be what he was, but he's gonna be fine. I mean, his fans aren't going anywhere.
That man's gonna be an excellent lifestyle YouTuber. That's about it.
Him and Bobby Altoff can make a podcast and do numbers. And finally, drops the mics from UMG. Facts and criticism concerning Drake's relationship with minors predate Not Like Us and have been widely reported. Not Like Us relates to well-known controversies that Drake himself acknowledged and perpetuated. Damn. They going for the jugular, bro. That's crazy. It's like, you can't talk about that. You did it. So what's next from this whole thing? What do y'all think will be the end result of the lawsuit? Dismissal? Will it go through? Will it actually expose a lot of the shit that goes on in the music industry? Is that a possible, like, a backfire to what's going on? Like, something that we maybe not anticipated if they do uncover some shit, you feel me?
Everybody already knows like what goes on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's great. Shit was shady for everyone to know this shit's shady.
I don't know, man. I don't think a lot of people don't really know. Like, for instance, what is it, Universal? I think is invested in Spotify partly. You know what I mean? A lot of labels are actually invested in Spotify, which is like the most like blatant monopoly type of shit in the world right there. You know what I'm saying? But do people really care? You know?
Yeah, I mean, what's anybody gonna do with that information? What's anybody gonna do with that? They're still gonna own it. So
yeah, ain't nobody boycotting music.
No, I mean, if people don't care, the artists are getting paid fractions of a penny from them streaming on Spotify, then there's no scenario that they're going to stop using. So they're going to stop using Spotify or streaming. So because they don't care about the artists. So you know,
I can agree with that. All right. Any final thoughts on the lawsuit? Universal.
Why would you intentionally go to trial against a company that you've been in cahoots with for like 15 years? They know things about that man that he's forgotten about. That's like beefing with your mom. Like, why would you take that woman? Like, why would you take that woman to court? She know too much about you.
That's a great analogy right there, yo. I agree. That's why they probably, to me, they're like giving him the warning. Remember when he did the push-up song and he dropped like the snippet of Family Matters or whatever and shit? That's like Universal, like, you better shut up, you know? There's been rumors about you with minors for you. We know what you've been doing, you know what I mean? So you might want to shut the fuck up. That's all I got, man. Any last thoughts on that joint? All right, we're gonna skip the crash them. I didn't have one prepared. It's outside, not here. So let's go to the dub.
Kanye crashed on me of the year.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
That's too easy though, bro. That's too easy.
I mean, who else?
We covered that.
Who else crashed like that though?
I agree, but let's get to the track we got, man.
Like Freddie was last week, wasn't he?
Was it Freddie? I don't even fucking know. I think it was, yeah. Next time I have one prepared for backup just in case. But let's pull up our dub. I think that's what we call it. Dub. You can't really say that shit fast, bro. We might have to change
I gave y'all like 6 different ones.
I don't know if that's gonna work, bro. So we got the song 8 by Idam, I believe it's called 814 Living. Let me bring it up. We'll play some of it. We actually probably play the whole thing. I think it's only like 2 minutes. And let me know what you think, and we'll rate it afterwards.
Living, 814 living. 814 living, let me tell you it be different. See my homie catch a body, I done known him since we children. Know my bro done caught some charges, hope he don't see prison. Money, drugs, and power like a dirty politician. See my neighbor fucking minors, make him leave before his wife come. Better hope he never end up staring back at my gun. Watch my friends get stuck on heroin after junior high's done. Watch my homie OD dead before he had his sons. Daddy doped up daughter, nah, I won't say no names. How you need to fix so bad, you put that in the veins. She be clean now, and I'm thankful that shit change. I've been trying not to judge, but I've done some things. Rick been in the system, never got a fair shot. ADD prescription, mama sold them pills hot. Government assistance off of faking disability. Thinking he got issues paying all of her utilities. Damn, it's getting crazy in this county. Brother jumped at 14, already had a bounty. If I found a who, then I'd be chained up. Don't matter what your age, gotta get you waked up. Damn. Picking up a zip, got a pistol to my head. He know where I stay, if we fuck up then I'm dead. People asking questions, fucking acting like they feds. Tell them go and mind their business and fuck themselves instead. I got less friends with degrees than teardrops on their eyes. If I ever got an issue, I know my dogs don't cry. If we have some bad blood, don't you be surprised if they catch you slipping all alone late one night in the 814. 814, 814 living. 814, 814, 814, 814 living. 814 living, cooking meth up in the kitchen. Uncle had the lab blow up, somehow avoided sentence. Really can't believe this be how we fucking living. Red and blue lights late at night, got us dipping. Homie dropped out of school, started carrying a strap. Flipping bags, robbing people, making paper stack. 12 at his crib, asking where the fuck he at. But crooked cops be working with him, guess they got his back. Finally got him and he flipped, got a price tag on his name. High off his supply, now a needle in his vein. In and out of prison, and I'm hoping that should change. Once a gifted young athlete, man, that's really such a shame. Late one night we partying, homie didn't show. Wonder where we at, we all try to hit his phone. Here we got convinced to try shooting up some H. Hope it's not too late, hop in the whip, and we go. Knocking on the door, no one answer, gotta kick that fucker in. See two people nodding now, and we ask him where he is. Bro picked him up by his shirt, threw him through the wall, kick him in the ribs as he tried to fucking crawl. Where the fuck he at? Bathroom door, where he point his head. Open up the door, hear my bro scream, what does that mean? Fall to his knees, I see my friend in the tub, and he'll never fucking breathe again. He's dead.
It's a hell of an ending there. There we have it. Idam. I don't even know how you say that shit. 814 living. Let's start with Cam, bro.
All right, so I listened to the rest of this dude's music after this song, and I will say that this is by far the best thing that he's put out. Like, it's not even close. Like, if you listen to the other shit, like rhythmically, it's not very good. Obviously, he's got like really simple rhyme schemes and shit like that, but he did like find a pocket in the first half of the song. I feel like the first verse and the first half of the song, he was kind of in pocket, and it was easy to listen to. I like that he's talking about actual like content shit that's real to him. The hook, I mean, it's fine when people want to do simple shit like that, but there's a lot of like, you know, he could have done like some reverbs and some delays to make that shit a little bit more interesting. I'm gonna give him a thumbs up just because I like I like what he's trying to do as far as like storytelling and shit that's personal to him. Not a lot of punches. There's a lot of, which you're not gonna get out of like some storytelling type songs, but if you are gonna do that storytelling shit, like you do want to add in some slick punches. Like he just needs to work on his pen game, his metaphors, his rhyme schemes are really basic. He you know, he just got to really try to string some rhyme schemes together to like. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people that could write that, like from like a technical. It's not that impressive. I liked it. I liked that it was personal. What I really didn't like was all the fucking as filler. You know, I don't mind a solid F-bomb. I cuss like a sailor, but you got to get away from that when you're writing lyrics, because I could tell that it was filler just because he's not capable of like streaming together better rhyme schemes, and that's gonna come. He needs to keep making music. I'm not. That's why I gave him a thumbs up, because I feel like he could actually like make some cool shit if he stays in that lane and keeps the same tone that he did in this song. I don't know if you guys listen to his other stuff, but this is like leaps and bounds better than like anything else he had out. So I'm glad that you picked this one, because if you would have picked any of his other songs, I would have fucking bodied him and fucking made fun of him. So there's definitely potential there. I mean, his voice isn't bad. He can. I'm not gonna say he can rap, but he can rhyme. He can make sense, and he could tell a story. He's just gotta work on the pen game, get a little bit more interesting, and keep doing his thing, and just stop dropping the F-bomb every other fucking word.
You drop an F, you use F-bomb to tell him to stop dropping F-bomb. That's funny shit.
That's the pun.
Good pun. All right, who else we got, man? Who next? Cloud, bro.
Please let me go last. Please let me go last.
Oh shit. Hotep, what you got?
I didn't hate the song. I was interested in it. I checked out about halfway through solely because like he said, it was getting kind of repetitive. I kind of started guessing what he was going to say right before he said it. So that was kind of a bad thing for me, but I did like where his direction was going. I like the content of his life being spoken about. He just needs to write more. That's all. He seems new. He just needs to write more. Get that pen out, exercise that pen. That's all.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, homie.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up solely because I've heard significantly worse today. So I'll give it a thumbs up.
Oh shit! Thumbs up, yo. Okay.
I'll give him a thumbs up because I'll listen to it again, and I would look forward to him dropping something else just to see where his progression is going.
I agree. I guess I'll go with Lee Plath. He must got some shit in store. But as for me, the first half of the song very listenable. Like he was flowing. Like I said, I think Cam hit the nail on the head when you could just tell he like maybe started doing music. Maybe he just really started writing. You gotta work on his pen game. He lost the rails at the end. Like it went off the rails. Like we started trying to put too many fucking words in a bar that didn't work, but you didn't want to erase it. And, it was like, bro, go rewrite. Honestly, if this song like this is his best song, I would go back. I mean, how many plays he got on that? I would go back and rewrite that whole.
I thought for a second he was about to break into that spiritual, lyrical individual, and I was like, "Oh my god,
spiritual shit!" Right?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna fall into that for a second. I was like, "No."
Hibbity hoopla.
Yeah, like, he kind of lost it at the end there. That kind of fucked up the song. But up to there, I was feeling the shit. He was flowing. He was rhyming. He wasn't off beat. You feel me? But I just think he needs to write more. He need to get some more reps in. Outside of that, though, I can see some potential in the first like two verses, dog. I can see some potential. He writes more and makes more music in general. I think he'd be all right. This particular song, I wouldn't hit skip on it, so I'm a thumbs up it. I'll 60-40 it. You feel me? So yeah, thumbs up for me. So Cloud, what you got, bro?
Y'all too nice, man. Y'all too nice. Y'all giving charity thumbs up, bro. But I gotta keep it real. It's gonna be a thumbs down for me, bro. I appreciate the fact that he's speaking about real shit. If that's like a personal, because some people just kind of like write like just storytelling. If that's personal, I really appreciate and respect that he's like putting that on record. If not, I mean, still somebody, it'll connect with somebody. But as far as the execution, the beat wasn't anything special. Beat wasn't anything special. Me personally, I would hear 10 seconds of it and skip. As far as him, yeah, there wasn't really any much creativity as far as the writing itself. And then when the flow, he started like slipping and sliding all over the beat, like he started to sound crazy.
Yeah, the end.
And couple that with what you're saying isn't really that creative or inventive. There's not really anything redeeming about the song. I gotta be real. There's not really anything there. I haven't heard anything else, so I don't. This isn't a judgment on him as a whole. But as far as the song, there wasn't anything there for me, bro. I gotta be real.
Hey, you gotta be real, dog. But he got 3 out of 4, so
he grabbed my attention. He had a hard time keeping it.
Yeah. I mean, I could have did without that whole. You can stop that motherfucker 2 minutes or 1 minute 30 seconds. I think it'd improve the song. You feel me? But I mean, I see some potential. I gotta hear more shit. But just keep writing.
Like I'm serious when I mean that. Like that was leaps and bounds better than anything else. That's why I started with like he found a pocket, because the rest of his shit is like you couldn't be any more out of pocket. With like it's just like constant cadence switches on beats that don't mesh with it, and it's a whole lot of rhyming. And like I said, if you're gonna do the storytelling shit, that's all cool, but you still got to have some slick pen work in there. You can't just because you want to engage people that aren't necessarily that won't relate to the content of the song. You know what I mean? And that's probably why he got a thumbs up from me, because when he was actually rapping, like I was like, oh yeah, I know what that's like. Dope in the kitchen, you know what I mean? Fucking meth in the kitchen type shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I can get that. Not everybody's gonna relate to that shit. So if you want to like actually have multiple people want to listen to that, like you got to mix in some slick shit too with the pen. Like I don't think he has the arsenal, like the vocabulary to pull from yet. So like that would have been something that would have been dope on like a Instagram reel, like a 1 minute, that first verse, like D was saying, like getting your reps in. If that was just like I did give him a thumbs up because I see potential, but like that seemed more like something where he had a really good verse, and instead of just using it as like a practice verse and like putting that out as like a little 16, he was like, oh, I got to make this into a song. Because like once he got to the end of it, it felt so rushed and like it didn't mix well. You know what I mean? The food on the plate was mixing, bro. He's got the green beans are touching the mac and cheese and shit. And like, so, but I see potential, and he just got it right, man.
Yeah. It's like any muscle, dog. Like you gotta get your reps in, dog. That's what I said. That's why I gave him a thumbs up pretty much, because I could see like he was talking some real shit. He was talking some, you know what I mean? I'm not from meth country and shit, but I can understand the dope boy shit and living through all that shit he got to go through or whatever. So if that's some true shit, that's all right. Like Cloud said, though, I agree. There wasn't nothing special about the beat, particularly.
When you are telling stories or you do story time rap, you have to be an interesting storyteller first and foremost. If you finna make us sit down at the campfire and tell us a story, be interesting. This is content we've heard before. Ed Sheeran got famous off telling a story about a crackhead he used to be in love with. There's ways to do this.
Oh, that song was about a crackhead, bro?
Yeah, 18 was about a crackhead, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Learn something new every day. Bro, we got to fact check that. We need a fact checker. We don't have a fact checker.
Go listen to the song right now.
What the fuck? So you said somebody was a crackhead in the motherfucking song? Put lyrics up. What a lyrics genius.
In a storytelling way, yes.
I don't know if I believe. We gonna have to investigate that next episode, dog.
They got crackheads in the UK?
Boy, yes. They selling mad food out there, bro.
Food, bruv. The food.
Food, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the bad guy every week. Clearly.
Get like something on the soundboard for when it's J Cloud's turn, like the intro to like the Pharoah Monch song, or like the Jaws, like dun dun dun. Just when you know when he's about to just come take someone's head off.
Yo, like standards over there. He has standards.
What I'm saying. I said it last week too. Like J Cloud he produces at a high level, so he listens to shit that like we don't hear. You know, I immediately go to like the pen and the lyrics and the cadence and shit like that, but that's just like one ingredient. J Cloud listens to shit is like the whole recipe. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a stricter review anything you get out of him, because he has a more developed ear for like shit as a whole, because he composes stuff. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm already looking at it with a tainted view. If you're not even rapping as good as me, and I'm not the best, you know what I'm saying? I'm not Jay-Z, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? If I could like smoke you easily, then it's kind of like you gotta bring everything else to the table. Then if you're not coming correct with that, then it's like the beats got to be fire. Like you got to be talking about some real shit. The flow got to be fire. Like, but it's like if everything's just kind of like,
Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying, because like when it comes to lyrics like that, that's my lane. Like the story time shit, that's my lane. That's like what I grew up doing. I feel like I could take his verse and slick it up like 60% just off rip, and it wouldn't even be that difficult. So I totally like understand what you're saying. Like I'm always, when I hear so much shit with people that are just bad writers, as soon as I hear it, I'm just like, God, the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm trying to take the competitive aspect out of my head when I listen to these, because it's kind of hard to separate that, but I try to, because like when we did the first segment, I could tell the dude was just starting out, and I tried to be constructive with it, but it's like, I don't know, man.
I think you had all thumbs down, ain't you?
Yeah, bro, I haven't given a thumbs up once.
You know what? Here you go.
Oh man, hey.
There you go.
I got a few in tuck for this segment over the next couple of weeks. So
yeah, I like this segment, man. Shout out to Southside, man. That was a good suggestion.
Please be a good one next week.
I'm gonna clear it with you first.
Nah, don't clear it. Nah, you gotta drop it. You can't get no fucking previews. He can't get the questions before the debate. That's cheating. Fucking up. All right. Next up, rap beef. We're gonna lighten the mood a little bit from all the hate that's floating in the fucking atmosphere.
Until I pay it back, but it's still mine. What's up, bro? What's all that big fuck you ass on me yours? Oh hell, not again. Man, what the hell you talking about? I ain't saying nothing about you. So who you talking about then? These fake gangsters.
Oh shit, my bad.
What is this? 100 bands in my pocket. It's a loan until I pay it back, but it's still mine. So what's up, bro? What's all that big fuck you talking on that ass on me yours? Oh hell, not again. Man, what the hell you talking about? I ain't saying nothing about you. So who you talking about then? We said these fake gangsters. I don't know, somebody random. I wasn't talking about nobody for real. You know us rappers be lying. Oh. Well, damn, my bad. It's all good. Don't even worry about it. Hell, I'm about to come in and your ass one. I feel you. Hey, I'll let you. All right, man. All right. Hey, we going to walk. Load it up. Let's go. Hell, I rock it, bro. All right. Wait a minute. That's all it takes is a conversation? Yep, that's about it. Huh. Well, who would have thought? That's just crazy.
There you go. All it takes is a conversation. We might not even have a Drake Kendrick beef if these motherfuckers sit down and talk. Next subject. Billboard changing criteria to count as a record sale to prevent abusing the system via things like bundles. We had the deluxe editions. People have dropped deluxe editions. People have dropped deluxe to the deluxe of the deluxe editions and all types of crazy shit. Stream farms, things of that nature. So Billboard in their infinite wisdom has sat down and made some new rules. Billboard rule change effective February 28th, which we already passed. That digital album sold via an artist label or other official web store must now be redeemed in order to be chart eligible. In addition, verification using the HCAPTCHA is now required to prevent bots. So it sounds like they're trying to crack down on bots. Other things of that nature, the stream farms. I think it's something else. The next link is about kind of like the deluxe editions as well. But so far, what do y'all think about these new rules Billboard is putting into place? Are they actually trying to prevent that nonsense or nefarious reasons behind it?
I think they want to use, or they want to keep, data manipulation as an in-house type of thing, and they don't want that to be outsourced anymore. No more Studio City farms unless they themselves have access to those Studio City farms. The data manipulation going to always exist. They just trying to keep it in-house.
Facts. I agree with that. Anybody else?
Yeah, that, and I mean, I think it's good. It will incentivize people to start selling digital albums, because there was no other than the money, I don't know why, but now there's money and a possibility to chart. People will hopefully be more incentivized to start selling direct to consumer. And I think this is also a response to the whole direct to consumer wave, like Even and Bandcamp being more being more prevalent in like the past year or two. So they want to kind of like get their hand in that, you know? They have like a little bit of control over that.
Yeah, I agree. Because we see a big shift as far as like the award shows. A lot of these award shows are based on kind of the album sales, right? Could that shift, you know, some of these awards that may be being handed out, or like Hotel was saying, maybe it's just an in-house thing. Maybe they just want artists that are chosen to be in, but I don't know. And what do we think about like the manipulation? Now, I think the second article kind of speaks on that. Billboard changes manipulation tactics. Well, it's Jover for those artists and their chart manipulation tactics. Billboard and Illuminate are finally cracking down on album variants for the Billboard 200 album chart. Here's a rundown of the upcoming changes, courtesy of chart data. So any D2C store with 3 submissions of illegitimate data within a 12-month period may receive a minimum 90-day suspension. So they're going to suspend people. Physical direct to customer shipments would fall outside of established sales trends, will require the reporting store to provide enhanced tracking status, as well as geolocation data. Now that's going to be a big one. Them overseas farms, and if a VPN was used to make the purchase, that's crazy. Digital albums sold via an artist label or other official web store must now be redeemed in order to be chart eligible. In addition, verification uses the H capture, as we talked earlier. This is a big one too, I think. Only 4 digital exclusive versions will be allowed for the life of an album, includes deluxe versions. That's what we were talking about earlier with people. I've never seen as many deluxe versions of albums in my life. So I think people have actually just been adding 1 or 2 tracks, remix a track, and re-release it as a digital, a deluxe version. So are we going to see the indie practice?
That's what I was going to ask, because they're talking about like people that do like the volume 2 with the same shit with like 1+ song on it or something like this. So they're basically trying to like pinpoint like where the sale goes to like an actual consumer. Is that kind of the gist?
Basically, that's why they crack down on the VPNs. They're gonna make you do the capture thing. They're, things that verify that you're an actual person. At least that's what they're saying. So yeah, that's what they're doing, and also the deluxe versions. Meg, I think just recently, how many versions of that fucking album she released? 3 or some shit. I think Jim Jones just recently did a deluxe version of his last. It was just came out. You feel me? So,
I mean, fucking Riff Raff just took last year's shit and chopped and screwed it and re-released it. I'm still upset about it. That shit hurt my heart, bro. Like it hurt my soul. Like it really did.
Yeah, no, Riff Raff as an artist, he gets away with the nonsense because it's a lot to take in anyway.
That Cherry Chupacabra, the thing is like there was 2 new joints on there with all new lyrics, and if he just wouldn't have chopped and screwed it, it would have been fucking bangers.
Really, the only song I like off that album is Shaolin Monk, I think it is.
Is there any significant changes gonna come from this at all?
I mean, yeah, first and foremost, they're going to be real selective on who they ban and who they don't. We're going to have to start there. They're going to be real selective on who gets banned and who don't. Secondly, cheaters going to cheat. Like, if you patch this thing up over here, they're just going to exploit something else over there. Because cheaters cheat. That's just what they do. People going to figure that out.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the labels themselves are going to find a way around that. You know what I mean?
I feel like as consumers, we might get something positive out of it. Like the artists are going to have to pay us more attention and actually like hunker down and do their jobs for real instead of having their teams go just have this bot farm throw their streams up. Like, nah, cater to your fan base. Let's get some more of that going on.
Yeah, as far as like organic promotion.
Yeah, we need more pop-ups. We need more street teams.
The guys in the mall, they used to have the CDs and shit. I mixed that shit. They come up.
I miss street teams. We don't have street teams no more.
I had cats sign a little CD with 12 songs. You don't know, some random cat from Virginia or some shit hands you a CD and shit like that. We didn't know how good we had it getting harassed in the mall. You feel?
Man, that shit was cool though. Like back in the early 2000s, like you go to the swap meet and there'd just be like tons of people out just passing their shit out. You leave with a stack of CDs.
Yeah, man.
It felt annoying at the time.
He's on Twitter now.
Yeah. The Twitter streets, the Instagram streets. People,
they just fan accounts. That's what street teams are now. They're just fan accounts.
Or the random DMs that people, they don't even follow you. They'll just send you a DM. Hey, yo, listen to my song. Like, bro.
I ain't listening to that shit, man.
Bro, you can't throw a motherfucker a follow. You can't say hi, motherfucker. You can't take me on a date before you proposition me, motherfucker. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're dealing with these days, man. All right. Any last thoughts on the Billboard and their changes? All right, let's get that up out of here, dog. Next thing is gonna be, we just had the release of Carti's album, Playboy Carti. I listened to one track and I was out of there. That is not meant for me, but salute to anybody who likes it. But release of the album is the line between hip hop, other genres kind of being blurred. I kind of describe as like a trap metal album. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what kind of inspired that is this Al Jermaine, Sterling. Shout out to Al Jermaine. And you can see his face as he was listening to the album, and then it basically was based off this original tweet: old people don't like Carti music, and that's completely fine. I don't know how old Al Jermaine is. What, about 36, 35?
He might be a little bit younger than that. 32, 33, something like that. I know what he's thinking too. He's like, I can't work out to this shit. I can't get jiggy to this shit.
I can't get jiggy. So yeah, then we have Al Jermaine, 35. I was right. I know he's older than that. Yeah, but as we can see, Unk status. Unks ain't feeling the album apparently, but is they just out of touch with time, or the album is just not good? What do y'all think?
I mean, bro, me and him are about the same age, me and Carti, and I don't want to hear that shit. So
wait, how old is Carti?
He's older than some of these people make you think.
Oh, he got
Carti at least 30.
Brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm saying that as a 29-year-old. Carti at least 30.
Yeah, no, he is. So it's like
man.
we about the same age. So it's like I don't want to hear that shit. I mean, I'm from the East Coast, bro. So there might be a thing there. But I like Key, so I don't know.
I do like Key.
Yeah, I fuck with Key. I fuck with Father. I fuck with them. So it's like
Father. I used to fuck with Father. He just don't really put out any content no more.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I don't know. This Carti's never been it for me, even when he was with Awful. So it's like I don't know. People want to make it. Oh, you old, but it's like, bro, he getting up there himself. So it's like, how long are you gonna keep using that as an excuse?
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes people just don't like the fucking music.
It's just hard to listen to. I just don't understand. I guess I am Unk mode. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand.
30 rage tracks was a lot to take in. I'm sorry.
Man, I can't do it, bro. Is it even hip hop? I think that's the bigger thing. Do you consider this album that Carti dropped hip hop?
Yeah, I don't think it's not. I'm not one of those people
It's hip hop. I'll give it
It's
that.
not rap. It is. It's definitely hip hop, but it's just not good hip hop. You know.
Yeah, I feel you.
In my opinion.
So yeah, and then the age thing, I think the ageism is kind of a weird deploy, and it's like you said, he's 30. You know, you still got a lot of young people who swear that fucking Future is the GOAT, and Future like 42 years old, 43 years old.
Kendrick 35, some shit like that. So like, it's a lot. Everybody old for the most part. The youngest generation of people or the youngest generation of artists don't really have any staying power. Like that's the god honest truth. All of these people in their 30s, because the next generation of people don't have any staying power for real.
Let's go to Anthony. Speaking of, I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on this, but let's go to the source, the man. I know how many of y'all like Anthony Fantano.
Most of the album is as much of this record is unfocused, is sloppy, is inconsistent, rushed, thrown together, messily pieced together. Yeah, Carti really managed to give us an album on this one that makes a record as bloated and as all over the place as Whole Lotta Red sound like it actually really truly had a point to it, which is why I'm feeling a strong 3 to a light 4 on this one.
Light 4. That's the ugly girl in the club, bro. Can't talk to 2:30. That's the rule. I seen 30 tracks. I knew what the fuck it was, bro. I checked out. You feel me?
Bro, getting a 4 from Ned Flanders on your hip hop album is wild.
I saw crazy. 30 tracks and didn't listen to it immediately. I came back an hour or so later.
I was hoping this was gonna be like one of his really low reviews, because I love his troll reviews. I fuck with Fantano, man.
No, so do I. I'm just messing with him. So
I don't.
He'd be giving some great zeros. I fuck with his zeros and 1s and 2s. Relentless.
Yeah, I hear you. I think Southside gave it like what, a 4 or something like that. I think I gave it a 5, something like that. So that's kind of the range I'm hearing people. If I had to review, that's that's why I made this point. I was talking to earlier. Like certain shit ain't for certain people, bro. It's like I'm not finna even rate a Carti out. You feel me? Like I can't do no justice to that type of shit. You feel me? It's just not in my wheelhouse. So it'd be like me reviewing an Ice Spice album and shit. Like that shit ain't made for me. I ain't no bad bitch. You feel me? I ain't listen to no drill rap. So I feel the same way about some of this shit. You know what I mean? I just feel like everybody feel like they need to be in the conversation because it's trending, the Carti album. So everybody and their mama, including Aljamain. Like Aljamain, bro, you know you don't want to listen to that shit, bro. So you feel me? Like I think everybody thinks they feel like they got to be in the conversation with the shit. You feel me? That's why we get these hot takes. These hip hop, is it not hip hop? You feel me?
Yeah, I'd rather listen to an Ice Spice album than a Carti album, because at least I know it's gonna be funny. There's gonna be funny bars. There's nothing funny about this shit.
That's a good point.
There's nothing funny here. They want to turn it off.
Damn, man, you mean, bro? You mean shit. All right. Anything last thoughts on the subject at hand? We got, yo.
He should have put Kanye on the album.
What, the next album?
This one.
Shit. Anyway, you got Tank talk about an R&B only show. And pull this up, yo. Get y'all thoughts on what are you talking about here. Tank be saying some wild shit. I gotta hear myself sometimes.
You guys have a dedicated hip hop has a dedicated award show, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas the R&B dedicated award show, so that we can cover the entire gambit of R&B. R&B is so many things; it's so vast. Mm-hmm. You can't cover it in 2 to 3 categories at some award show and think that that's going to do it all justice.
Oh, I want to hear about this now. What did it? I want to know the categories.
Tell us.
As an R&B icon like you are, what are the categories of R&B? Because all we think is R&B.
Well, I mean, let's do this, right? Let's go soul, right? Let's go progressive.
Do you do ballads?
Huh?
Ballads?
What do you mean ballads?
Slow.
I mean, what do you mean? Make
Slow,
it a
like ballads,
category?
slow music. Yeah, categories. Do you do R&B ballads?
No, I don't think you do ballads, but I think you get into the songwriter aspect of it, the producer aspect of it.
I just want to say that was a dumbass question, by the way.
This is the first thing he said was slow.
Like, fucking Envy's
the performance aspect of it. You know,
yes.
All of these things are so different. Like a Jill Scott is way different from
Summer Walker.
From a Summer Walker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's way different.
Yeah.
A Calvin Richardson is way different from Chris.
There you go. You get the gist of what he's saying. An R&B only type of award show, and he's kind of differentiating the R&B. I think you can make the same critique about hip hop almost at this point. But my question to y'all is, should R&B have its own award show? Because kind of,
I think all black art needs its own award show. In all honesty, there's no reason for us to be sitting here waiting on the same awards that everybody else waiting on, and we finna get it called urban or something like that.
I mean, that's a terrible point, because you had the fucking BET and the Soul Train fucking awards and all these other fucking awards, and nobody watches that shit and it died. You feel me?
But is that BET's fault, or did a lot of things just kind of fall off?
It's you Negroes' fault. You didn't watch the fucking. I mean, y'all watching the Soul Train awards, though.
Who owned the Soul Train awards? Let's start
Soul
there.
Train. But my point is that was a mostly black artists event. That's exactly what you're talking about. You feel me? We can take out who owns it out of the equation, right? It was a black event, right? And motherfuckers didn't support it, so all that shit is going away. Even the Ozone fucking awards, you feel me? That shit's fucking gone. You know what I mean? So it's you're kind of doing yourself a disservice when you cater some to 7% of the population, upon which 50% don't even like fucking hip hop and R&B. You probably gonna fail. You feel me? It's just it is.
It's like, I get what he's saying, bro, but it's like, look around, bro. Like a good 60-70% of the people who are singing consider themselves rappers. Like we're talking about Brent Fayez, fucking Tom Oliver, Don Oliver, whatever the fuck his name is. Like these are people that they're clearly singing, but they consider themselves rappers. They don't even consider themselves R&B. So it's like, bro, who would even be a part of that now? It's like
if you are going to fight to stay in white spaces at white award shows, then you have to shut up about how white folks act in there toward you. You can't have both at the same time. Don't invade these people's space and then demand they act a certain different way because you in there. That's
but I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying in general R&B should have.
I'm saying I get his point, but I'm saying this is the wrong time. Nope. Look at the state of R&B right now. This would have been a great idea in 2002. This
90s.
might have even been a great idea in 2010. In 2025, this is a failure. This is a failure waiting to happen. It's not going to last. It's not going to last 2 years. It might not even last 1 year. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying it's horrible timing.
Yeah, Summer Walker. When Summer Walker is named at the top of your genre, and no disrespect to Summer Walker, but bro, yeah, but like her voice compared to like the Whitney Houstons or prime Mariah Carey at the time, or you know what I mean? Like you had some people blowing. You feel me?
Yeah, but it's like even take that out of the equation, like her vocal talent. How many people are occupying that same lane that she is on that level? Like who's her peers?
SZA.
Exactly. There's you couldn't name 10 of her peers. Her maybe.
Money Long.
Yeah. It's a very short list. It's a very short list. You gotta really think. And it's like you're gonna hinge a whole award show on that.
You can do that shit on TikTok, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I see what he's saying, because like the competition is what breeds the interest in shit like that.
Yeah.
And if that's just not available, then You know, it's going to be hard for it to have any legwork to be publicized correctly.
Yeah, boys, there's not enough. There's not enough.
Yeah, soul is basically dead. I mean, it's a niche now. It's like jazz. You feel me? Where they basically killed neo soul. Is it even still around? You feel me?
Oh, very much so. That's most of my playlist nowadays. It's just neo soul.
You got new artists making neo soul.
They mostly British. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yo, when I was doing like the spotlight, when I was handling the sales, like most of the R&B, because I tried to mix it up at the end, toward the end of the day or whatever, and do R&B. Like a majority of them was British, bro.
Yeah, Britain is having a musical renaissance right now, and while America over here slacking, Britain is really just snatching up all those lanes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because all of the neos, I mean, aside from Cleo Soul, most of the neo soul people that are really making waves are Brits.
Yep.
It always weirded me out. You can't tell their accent when they singing and shit. Then you don't know where they
Yo,
from.
isn't that shit crazy? What's even crazy is people with stutters. There's people with like horrible stutters, but they can sing without it. That's the craziest shit to me, man.
I ain't know Georgia Smith was British till somebody brought it up and told me.
I thought he's from like Australia or something.
That's wild. The human brain's weird like that, bro. Like Ozzy Osbourne can't order a fucking pizza, but when he starts singing, is crystal clear. It don't make no sense.
I didn't know Ella May was British until like the end, like the interlude of her song. You know what I mean? Like she got to the end of the song and start talking. I'm like, it's the same fucking woman. She threw a damn another person to say. But that's like drag on. Drag on speaks with a stutter, right? Don't you remember? Drag on speaks with a stutter, but I rhyme well. That's the weirdest shit in the world. You can rap, but you speak with a stutter. How the fuck does that work, dog?
I mean, that's like some divine shit. Yeah, Jay Electronica. I was gonna bring that up. That's like some divine shit, though. Like that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Would you watch? Back to the question: would you watch an R&B only award show? Votes. I should put it a thumbs up, thumbs down for this shit. Would you watch right now in 2025? I ain't talking about 2015, 2010, 2025. Would you watch an R&B only award show?
It'd be like 5 minutes long.
There's not enough good R&B out right now not enough good popular R&B to where there could be a functional award show. This is one of those things that I think was like, it's well intentioned, but it's like how they tried to do a hip hop union. They put that idea out there like a few years ago, and a whole bunch of people got with it. Like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. We need to start paying for these legends and I haven't heard anything about that in a while. So I mean that goes to show where that went. But it's like things like this are well intentioned, but it's like there's a lot of steps that that go into that. So it's like we can propose these ideas and shit like that, but it's like, hey man, like respect to Tank, but it's like, are you gonna put the money up for that?
It's always about the money, dog.
Like, are you gonna fund that? Are you gonna like creatively direct that? Are you gonna get the talent together? Like, because
I mean, if they did like some remote type shit, I know Cam, the first year they did what the Grifties, the Hotel Nation joint, where they did like some I mean, if you curve your ego and kind of do it as like a reel or some shit, like not actually do an award show, but just do like an end of the year, like we're gonna read the names, we'll mail you the fucking award, you do a little speech with the award or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I mean, social media is big, but you have to tailor yourself to not want to do this big grant. But honestly, that shit is outdated anyway. Who really is watching these award shows like that, like in full? With the attention span that people have these days, I think you could absolutely like do a chopped up type of deal and release it as like social media shit. Like think outside the box. You feel me? You know what I mean? Ain't got enough coins from I Deserve or some shit. Put that together. You feel? Make some phone calls, homie. So you never know until you try it. That's the way I look at it. But any last thoughts on that subject? Gone. All right, let's get ready to wrap it up. What are you listening to
right now? Right now, I'm listening to a lot of Green Tea Ping, a lot of Future. My bag is mixed right now.
Future.
I love Future right now. He got that last project he put out is just something to smoke to. Green Tea Ping feels amazing. Again, something to just listen to in the background. Makes you feel good. Larry June, but I feel like I always say Larry June. I feel like that's cliche at this point.
Larry June stand, bro.
Yeah, just assume I'm listening to that too.
Bro, Hotep, we are 1 hour, 26 minutes. Hotep is still, you know what? Go ahead. I'm proud of you. I'm fucking proud of you. Who next? What you been listening to?
And I've been listening to a lot of 5% of rap, like Raz Fresco, a lot of Raz Fresco. Magneto was right. And bunch of Wu-Tang.
Are you familiar with Fahim Nagad?
Oh yeah. He's cool.
I've been listening to that a lot recently too.
Yeah, he's got a lot of shit. I've been listening to Xing Xing Regime. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Cam, you got your shit pulled up, brother?
Yeah. I've been listening to a little bit of Pap lately. A little bit of Papoose.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Some random shit right there.
It is random, isn't it? Maury and Benny, a couple of their projects, a couple of singles they put out together. Locksmith, I've been like once a year I go back and just dive through Locksmith shit, especially when I'm writing, like when I'm trying to fucking come up with shit. I listen to Locksmith just because it his pen's like so complicated that I don't get any ideas from it. I don't know, like maybe J Cloud can kind of speak on this too, but like when I'm like in the process of like writing my own shit, I try not to listen to a lot of stuff that like gives me examples of shit to write about, because I don't want to pull from anybody. You know what I mean? So like I still got to listen to music though, because I can't not. So I'll just pick like some of the most complicated people I could listen to. That way, like it doesn't even like stem any ideas. People whose pens are like so far beyond mine that like I can't even use them as like a reference. Gold Link, a little bit of Corday, some Buddha and Grand, some Dave East, and just a lot of blues, man. Charlie Crockett just released a new album. I've been slapping that, and a lot of Gary Clark. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm like on my third circle with the Aesop Rock catalog since I started going through all his shit again a few weeks ago. So ain't much shit's changed over the last few weeks.
Okay, you found your lane. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Oh, shout out to Cloud, man. You put me on. I went down the rabbit hole, the Saba and Pivot Gang fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Shit. And I ain't know.
Yeah, I'll listen to that new project. Yeah. I like Saba a lot.
That shit dope. My buddy from Austin, which I had no clue. Like I'm literally from Central Madison over there. So we're from the land, bro. Who else I've been listening to? Golf, Cole, J. Cole, some Don Trip, you know. I've been listening mostly like paid playlists, to be honest with you, bro. I just let the fucking AI do its fucking thing. Get my little ignorance in with Finesse 2 times. Shit, he dropped some shit, but that's about it, man. That's it. So let's get ready to get up out of here, man. So I'm gonna toss it to y'all. If you got anything you've been working on, anything you got in the works that you want to let people know about, man, go ahead and let us know. Start off with Cloud, bro. What you got going on?
Just follow the YouTube. I gotta join with Busta dropping May 20th. So that's gonna be like the first showing I've dropped in like a minute. So
you know,
that's just dope.
Slide bust in legend like that ain't a big deal, man. Take the deal.
But yeah, just starting to get active again. So that's really it.
That's what's up, bro. Hotep, man, the man of the hour, bro. Hotep, bro. I'm gonna give you another bro. If you actually still here.
I'm always here, man. I'm always here.
Breaking records.
So right now I'm in the market for a camera so I could get into content creation. I feel like that might be the next step in whatever I'm doing. My cousin really kind of pushed me into it. He needs me to shoot a bunch of his like music videos and such, which is a great idea. It's just I need to go get back into cameras as fast as possible. Just looking for different ways to make some money, different streams of revenue, different streams of interest. A lot of the stuff I plan on doing, I plan on tying back to the podcast in some shape, form, or fashion. Because when one eats, we all eat. And I feel like we always got to keep that in the front of our minds.
That's what I'm talking about. Even though you under the 6, I still fucks with you. We all eat from Chicago.
It's all love. It's all love.
Ghostface. What's going on?
Shit, I'm working on trying to figure out when I'm gonna release that first song off the EP, the finished one that I think most of you guys have heard. I'm just not exactly sure when I'm gonna put that out, but working on some visuals right now. Got a videographer that's also helping out with Men of Order that we just put on with Men of Order. We're doing like a little 5-part series. They want to come highlight the boxing gym and just kind of like get to know what we do here in the community and shit like that, and what it kind of means to like have an outlet for the youth out here that don't really have like the best homes and shit to go back to. So stay tuned for that. And other than that, it's menoforder.com/CassiusCam. Go get your workouts. Go watch my speed back tutorial so you stop looking stupid in the gym and shit. Just get your workouts in, take your Apex, and be strong. Protect the people you love.
That's what's up, yo. Shout out to Cassius Cam, protecting the community. All right, let's get ready to get the fuck up out of here. Shout out to everybody in my panel, man. I'm glad all y'all showed up for work today, man. Gold star for everybody, you feel me? Shout out to all our people who couldn't make it. I'm sure they chilling out there. Shout out to the whole team, but that's all I got, man. So on behalf of everybody here, I gotta say, peace.